Welcome to A Double
and
Dice
with your host Kim
and Jocelyn.
Pour your favorite beverage.
Pull up a comfy chair.
Because we are ready to roll.
Welcome to episode 22 of A Double and Dice, and today we have a special guest with us today. And who is that, Jocelyn?
It's me.
Jocelyn, welcome to Double and Dice.
No, I'm not the special guest. It's you. No, you're not the special guest. We're always here. Our special guest is Samuel. So Samuel has joined us today, and we met Samuel. When did we meet him? I guess it was in October.
Oh, no, October. Our first dice social.
Our first dice social, Samuel came to play. And, he's such a fun guy. We thought we'd have him join us on the podcast. So welcome, Samuel, and thanks for coming to join us on A Double and Dice.
Hello! I'm so honored to be here.
So, Samuel. So how old are you, Samuel?
9.
9. And how long have you been playing Dice Masters?
It depends if you count my first not really time I played Dice Masters, and when I actually started playing Dice Masters, I think it was back in September.
Okay. So you've been playing Dice Masters since September of this year, which is 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
The worst year of years.
But not for Dice Masters, because you get to play online.
Yeah.
In your short 9 years, this is probably the worst year of years.
Yeah.
So, what made you want to play Dice Masters, Samuel?
Well, my dad really just asked me to, he asked, would you like to play Dice Masters? And I said, sure. And it went from there that day on in September of the worst year of my years.
And who is your dad, Sam?
My dad is Michael. He owns a shop in New Baltimore. It is down, I think it's either Main Street or Green Street.
So those who don't know, he goes by comicsmike in Discord. You've probably seen him around playing online. He plays in WDA.
I've seen him play against Final Ross Battle in some of the games that he's played.
Yeah, so that's weekly WDA. It happens on Tuesdays. I think your dad's usually almost always there.
Yeah.
Yep. And then obviously, you play in Dice Social, but he's around. And Mike also plays in some tournaments and off games as well. So
yeah.
So that is Sam's dad.
And the store is called Mike's Comics and Games, I believe.
Yes.
Yep.
And that is where Samuel is right now. He is joining us today from his dad's store, so that's awesome.
On my schoolwork computer.
Because it is the year of schoolwork from home. But you like that? Samuel? You like the working schoolwork from home?
Yeah.
You're like a Zoom expert now?
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I have had to transfer between 3 different classes. But that changes the subject. Let's get back to Dice Masters.
So what do you like about the game Dice Masters, Samuel?
What do I like about the game Dice Masters? So many people play it. Sometimes people come here and play it with me. As a matter of fact, I was testing out my deck. My team for our holiday dice social.
Nice.
With someone.
Nice. That's awesome, because we're recording this right before our upcoming Dice Social, which is on December 12th. So by the time this episode comes out, it will have happened already. But it sounds like Samuel's one step ahead of me, and he's already got his team built, because I haven't even thought about mine yet.
Neither me. I'll think about that Friday night.
Friday night? Saturday morning.
Oh, all right. You beat me.
So you're testing out your holidays team.
Yep.
And did you build it yourself? Did you pick it all out?
Not all of it out, but I did find a few of the important cards.
Yeah.
This was the first time I actually helped my dad build one of my Dice Social decks. Yay!
All right. So is this the first team that you've ever built then yourself? No.
No. I actually did build 2 myself, and that was the first time we ever played Dice Masters. I got an introduction video from DM Armada. My dad played it up on YouTube.
Okay.
Some pretty good videos over there.
Yeah.
On DM Armada's YouTube channel. So what was in that? Do you know what was in that team? Do you remember what was in it?
Well, it was one of the sets. It was the Trouble in Waterdeep set. Okay. I built a heroes team, and I built a monsters team for my dad, and I did not wreck him with it.
So he played a team, you built him, and you played. Yeah. Okay, cool. I'm guessing your dad won.
Yeah.
And he played the monsters team or the other?
The monsters one. Okay. It was my first game, so I expected it.
And monsters are pretty strong.
I
think an affiliation amongst, I guess, was it D&D? So.
Yeah, especially when they're killing adventurers.
Yeah.
Because the adventurers need to kill the monsters to get experience, right?
Yeah.
Is that the heroes team you're talking about? Is the one with the... Okay. Yeah. Cool.
I even put in a little goldfish.
Oh, yeah?
Oh.
Yeah, you played a Silgar, did you?
Yep. It's the one that when it gets killed, it pummels your opponent for it.
Nice. Good stuff.
So other than D&D, have you played with like any of the Marvels or not Justice League. I meant DC. Have you played?
No.
No.
Okay. We expected to play one with the Superstars one, but then things got really messed up. I don't know why.
Well, maybe
you have to tell your dad.
In the future.
You have to tell your dad you should build a Turtles team.
Turtles. Yeah. I asked him if we could put Leonardo in the Holidays team, and he said no, he's not good without his brothers.
He's not wrong, your dad.
Michelangelo, no M. Leonardo, yeah.
Oh, Donatello.
You could have Donatello. You got Donatello, yeah. And who are we missing? Raphael. Yeah.
There's no R.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you can't do it. But they're a high-cost team, so you do need help with them for sure.
Yeah.
April would fit.
Yeah.
She discounts some of the turtles, doesn't she?
Yeah, turtle power.
Turtle power.
Where's Matt when we need him? He knows all about the turtles.
Yep. He built a good turtles team.
Yeah.
So is there any mechanics? Not mechanic. Mechanic. I can't say the word now.
What word are you looking for?
Not mechanics.
Mechanisms?
Mechanisms. There you go. Thank you. Couldn't say the word. In Dice Masters that you like? So you said you like to play locally with other people.
Yeah.
Do you like the dice rolling of it, or do you like building the team? Is certain characters that you like?
In this game and other games like Magic, I think building the teams is actually better than playing the game.
Okay.
You like to find the team and sort of figure out in your head how it's going to work.
Yeah, in Magic, I build junk teams.
Okay. Cool. All right.
Kim and I don't play Magic, so we can't help you with that.
I played once. I
went to a Magic once?
Wait, When I first started playing Dice Masters, I don't know, where am I going now? 4 or 5 years ago. I went to a local store near my city, and they had Dice Masters. So I'm like, oh, I'll go try that. This is before I met you, Jocelyn.
Okay.
And I went to the store and I looked around and I had my Dice Master. I started sitting there. Nobody showed up for Dice Master. So the guy who I guess was working there comes up to me. He goes, "Do you want to learn Magic?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, why not? I'm here." And that was the first and last time I ever played Magic. So I mean, it's not a hard game to learn.
Yeah.
It's just, I guess. I don't mind it, but it's nothing that I guess I didn't enjoy it too much to say I wanted to play it, right? So.
You could
And
say
nobody showed
that,
up for Dice Masters, so after that I hung out and left.
You could say that it's a game.
It's a what? Sorry?
It's a game.
Yeah,
Just a game.
It's just a game, yeah. I mean, if I'm going to sink my money into anything, it's probably going to be Dice Masters, because a lot of those things change a lot and more cards come out in any kind of those types of games. So, as Jocelyn plays HeroClix, that's another one she plays.
Yeah. Well, you play HeroClix too.
Yeah, I got some HeroClix. But if I'm really going to sink money in, I would sink it more on Dice Masters than other games. Like, I got into Keyforge and that kind of stopped.
Keyforge, I played like maybe 10 games with that, and that's it.
Yeah, I didn't go long with that either. And Pokemon, I do want to try that, but
Pokemon, I did try for about a year.
Did you like it?
Did you like it?
After that year, I said,
the art's cool.
The art's cool. Yeah.
Pokemon.
They're Pokemon. I'm more interested in the video games of Pokemon.
Do you play Pokemon Go?
No.
No.
Okay.
I play a video game of Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
That is the newest video game of Pokemon.
Swords and Shield? Or is there a newer one? Oh, okay.
No, it's Sword and Shield.
Cool.
Okay. Nice. All right, so tell us about what Dice Social is, Sam.
Dice Social is a time that you get to have fun with people. You get to play Dice Masters. And every event is different, even though this one is sort of the same as the first one I ever played.
So what's the same about it?
What's the same is that you have to make a team based on a word.
Right. But the actual event is, it's like a casual Dice Masters game event where everyone comes to have a good time, right?
Yeah. And I do have a good time.
You seem to have a good time. You always seem very happy to be there.
Yep. And everybody likes playing with you, so.
I'm
Great
feedback.
Sure
that Samuel played on stream last time.
He did.
Yeah.
Against me.
I played against Kim and Jocelyn.
Yeah.
Yep. And you got to play on stream. And who else did you play? Do you remember?
I think I played one of the Robs.
Yep. Yep, I remember you played Rob. Cool.
I think you played Ryan as well, one of them.
The first Dice Social, I lost 3-0. The second one, I won twice and lost once. I still had a good time the first time, though.
Good. Because it's not really about the winning or the losing necessarily, right?
No. That's what green events are, right?
That's right. It's all about having a good time.
Exactly. Well, we talked about other games other than Dice Masters that you like. Did we miss anything else, or did you play anything else other than Magic and Dice Masters?
And Pokemon.
And Pokemon. Something that you're... other games that you're into.
Well, they roll off the tongue. You don't know what the room that I am recording from is full with.
Board games.
Yes, it's filled to the brim with board games. They roll off the tongue. 2 by 2 Echidna Shuffle, Pandemic, Iron Dragon, Zero, Root,
Oh my gosh.
Blockus.
Have you ever played any of those?
I've played all of those. That's why
Okay.
they're rolling off the tongue.
So I'm guessing you're into board games then.
Oh yeah.
Okay. What's your
That's
favorite
what I-
one?
You know I don't have an answer to that question.
Yeah, Kim, don't make him pick favorites.
Oh. Okay, have you ever played King of Tokyo? That's one of my favorites.
King of Tokyo, yes. It's actually behind a game called Alhambra right now.
And Jocelyn's favorite game is?
Dice Masters.
Other than Dice Masters, what's the one you've been playing so much lately?
Wingspan.
Wingspan! Oh, I've heard so many good things about that game.
Have you played it yet? No?
No, I want to though.
Well,
Here's
I heard
what-
a lot. I
Yes.
heard a lot about it, and I picked it up. Rob and I were over at Comic Warehouse in Brampton, which is near our house,
Okay.
and we were playing HeroClix, and they had a copy of Wingspan there. So I just bought it because I'd heard all these good things about it, and then it sat here at my house for over a month. And then I opened it and looked at it, and it's beautiful. The cards are beautiful, the art is beautiful. And then we finally played it, and now it's like my favorite game.
Besides Dice Masters.
Besides Dice Masters.
And it has a cool birdhouse dice tower.
It really does.
Actually, now that I think about it, here's the game I've been playing most lately. It is called Downforce. It's a race car game where you buy cars and then you race them around a track. And you bet on different cars. Why is Kim muted?
I've heard of that game. I have never played it.
It's so much
I have-
fun.
I have a lot of board games. I don't own that one that I haven't played yet. So I'm a board game buyer that hardly plays the games.
One
So
day,
you're a
yeah.
One
collector.
day.
You're the collector.
Yeah. Plus, when I find them at a good price, I can't say no. I buy it.
Well, one day, Kim, your son will be old enough to play board games with you.
Yep.
Because
And he does
Noah
like
is
board
only-
games, so
Is he 4 or is he 5?
4.
4.
Yeah. So
4.
soon. Right now, I
one-
have to play like Candyland and like Hungry Hungry Hippos.
I loved Candyland when I was growing up. It was my favorite game.
So those are the games I have to look forward to.
There are hundreds of different Candylands. There's one that you spin a spinner. There's one that you draw cards. I think that there's even one that you draw little tiles too.
Mm.
I have the one that was around when I was in the 1980s and I was little. I don't know what that one was.
Was it the one with the cards?
I don't think there were cards. I think it was a spinner.
I have one with a spinner, but the art is way better than it probably looked when you were young.
Probably.
I
am
have the
still
card
young,
one.
just for reference. Just not as young as I used to be. And not as young as Kim. Someone has to be older.
Yes.
Because
Jocelyn
That's
tells
fine.
me everything what to do because I'm,
Because you're such a young girl. So much younger than me.
we're not that
All
far
of those years.
So Sam, you have stuff to ask us from what I hear.
Yes, I have 5 things, 4
Okay.
of which are on a list. So, the first on the list is, what is your favorite art on a Dice Masters card?
Jocelyn,
Kim.
would you like to go first or me? All right.
If you want to go
Just
first,
still
Kim, that's
thinking.
good. No, I have
So,
been doing research. I have an answer.
I was thinking about this. I was gonna go with one, but I decided to change my mind, and I'm gonna pick Storm. Storm is one of my favorite characters. I do like her. She's got some cool art along all the all the different sets that she's been in. Some of them are okay, but majority of them are pretty good. If I had to pick which one I really like, it was Storm from X-Men Forever.
Okay.
That one I like. I just like it because it's the thing about X-Men characters that I really like is I grew up on the original show, the original X-Men cartoon. Yeah. So that art kind of reminds me of some of the arts that they have on the Dice Masters cards. So I tend to gear towards those. So that Storm kind of reminds me of that. I'm not too big on realistic looking, people on the cards. So when WWE came out, I was like, oh man, they could make a cartoon version of them or something. Anyways, so that Storm I really like. I also like the one which is a little bit more on the realistic, but not too much, is the promo Storm. I believe that one came with the AVX campaign box when you bought it. I think that was a promo that came with that box. So those two, I would say Storm in general, but from sets, those two would be my favorite.
Okay.
Well, I did some research for this question, Samuel. It's the homework I was doing when we were talking before we started recording, and I said I was doing homework, and you said homework. That's what I was doing. I was going through my cards. Now, if you listen to the podcast, you probably know that I like modern as my favorite format, because when you look at golden, there's too much to look at. So I went through all my modern cards, because I don't normally look at the art, to be honest. I look at the card ability and I look at the die, and I don't necessarily look at the art. So I went through all of my modern cards and I picked out one card that I just was really drawn to the art on it. And it's actually a promo card from last year. It's M 2019 number 4. So it's Marvel 2019 number 4, which is Black Cat Thief. I really like the art on this Black Cat. She's got this very determined look on her face, and her hair is, flowing in the wind, and she's got I don't know, something in her hand, like a rope or something. Anyway.
I have no idea what that is, yeah.
I don't know. It's really cool, and I like that art. Now, with that said, there's another promo card from last year that I really like that is not modern anymore. That is the alt art Boom Boom. That was prizes for big events last year. So there was the 2019 Canadian Nationals. It was the top 8 prizing. And then it was top 8 prizing again at Worlds. And I do have one of those Boom Boom cards, and it's very, very pretty. So those are my 2 favorite art on a Dice Masters cards.
Okay, next question. How many boxes of Dice Masters dice do you have?
Dice or in general boxes?
Boxes of dice, cards, boxes of dice, of boxes of cards, of boxes of dice.
All of the things, Kim.
I counted. So I have 10 campaign boxes. 4 of those long white boxes that are filled with cards or dice. Then I have a baby small one for one of those deck boxes for my modern basic actions, and another deck box for my golden basic actions.
So you have a lot.
Yes. Not that much, but 15? What was that? 15?
I don't know. So I don't keep my stuff in boxes, Samuel.
Okay.
All of my cards are in binders. So my modern binders, I have 4. They're the Ultimate Guard binders or the Flex Folio binders. They hold 4 cards vertically and 3 across. 3 by 3. They're 3 by 3. So I have so my modern is 4 binders, and then my golden is a bunch more binders than that. And then all of my dice, all of my current dice, are in Zen bins. If you're familiar with Zen bins, it's the best Dice Master storage solution ever, and they don't make it anymore, and I'm almost out, and I'm sad. And I love them so much that I actually, if you're a collector, cover your ears. I threw out my collector's boxes to put my dice in Zen bins. And now that I can't get any more Zen bins, I am slightly regretful of that decision. But I don't have enough space to store all of that stuff. And the new campaign boxes just don't have enough space to store all the dice. So I have collector's boxes from the first round. Like I have an AVX box. I have an Uncanny X-Men box, an Age of Ultron box, something else. So I've got like 4 or 5 of those original collector's boxes that hold much more dice. And then everything else I have is in Zen bins. I have these boxes that I get at the grocery store. They're like foldable bags. They fold up, but they fit 2 sides of Zen bins perfectly. So my entire collection of dice fits into 3 of those bins. And then the binders are in addition to that. So
Wow.
that's my stuff.
That is a lot.
Well, we've been collecting Dice Masters for quite a while, Samuel.
Yeah.
I'm actually running out of room in my campaign boxes. I don't know what I'm going to do. So I try to put sets together, like all the X-Men stuff together, and I'm running out of room. Now with Dark Phoenix coming out, I don't know what I'm going to do. So we'll see.
Okay. My how many boxes of dice I have is just a it's usually used to store magic cards, but it fits Dice Masters dice and Dice Masters cards perfectly, so I have a box full of those.
Cool.
Yep. Next question.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Christmas cookie? Is it Dice Masters related?
Well, I will say I've never considered a Christmas cookie being Dice Masters related before, so that was an interesting twist on this question, Samuel. What about you, Cam?
Okay, I like cookies, but it's not my go-to for Christmas.
Okay.
I like homemade brownies.
I do too.
My mother-in-law makes pretty good ones, and I like brownies plain, no nuts brownies. Dice Masters related, I'm going to go with a gingerbread man because they need a gingerbread man card. There you go.
Okay.
So my favorite Christmas cookie, if I had to pick one, is a Linzer cookie.
I'm sorry, a what now?
Linzer.
I don't think I've ever heard of that.
So it's a dough that you make and roll out and you cut into shapes. And it's made out of ground almonds. So if you have a nut allergy, this is not the cookie for you. But you grind up the almonds and you make your dough and you roll it out flat and then you cut it into shapes. So I usually do hearts or stars. And you do 2 cookies, and then one of them, the top one, you cut a smaller piece out of the middle. So if you cut a star, you cut a smaller star out of the middle, and then once they're baked, you fill them with jam. And then you put the top cookie, which has the hole in it, on top of the bottom cookie, which has the jam on it. So it's like it's like a sandwich cookie.
It's a cookie
jam
sandwich.
inside. It's a cookie sandwich. So I like those. They are a lot of work to make. I make all of my own cookies and treats. I don't usually buy them. So they're a lot of work to make, and I haven't done them in a while. But they're my favorite. And I like to put raspberry jam in the middle. But blueberry jam is also very good. And then you sprinkle them with icing sugar.
That sounds delicious.
They are really good, I have to say. They're quite good, but they do take a lot of work and effort to put together. I also like sugar cookies, but what I don't really like about sugar cookies is decorating them because it takes a lot of time and it's too fiddly for me. The last time I made sugar cookies, my sister was here, and she is an artist, and she just made these most stunning cookies with all of the icing, and I looked at those and I thought, how am I supposed to eat that? It's like a piece of art. But eventually I ate it anyway. I have pictures of those somewhere. They were very impressive. They were like rocking horses and all kinds of things.
Nice.
I can't think of a Dice Masters related cookie though.
Maybe you could make some of those cookies that you make and shape them like Dice Masters characters.
You probably could. It might be doable. What's your favorite Christmas cookie there, Samuel?
I like sugar cookies. Yeah.
Sugar cookies are good.
Sugar cookies and gingerbread cookies. I like those the most.
Do you guys make a gingerbread house at home?
Oh, yes. You know, we used to do something called game day here at Mike's Comics, and every Christmas game day, me and my mom and my sister would make a gingerbread house to bring to the game day.
Mm-hmm.
The game days used to be every third Saturday of a month, but now that the pandemic's here, no, they aren't.
Yeah.
That's cool.
The
All right.
pandemic.
On to the next question. How do you get a cool dice bag like yours?
Like whose?
I said like yours.
Oh, like mine, like Jocelyn's, or
Yeah.
like Kim's,
Kim's or Jocelyn's.
or Chris, or Andy's, or
Anyone's cool
Troy's,
dice bag.
or yeah. So dice bags are actually something that I do. So my Etsy store has dice bags. You can go to etsy.com/shop/Joss Stitch, JOCE Stitch, and you can order a custom dice bag. So you get to pick out your fabric. You can pick out your outside fabric, which is your pattern, and your inside fabric, which is usually a solid color. And then I sew it together and put a pretty ribbon on it and ship it out to you in a supposed to be timely fashion. Peter, I promise I'm still working on your dice bags.
Okay. So, for the last question, would you guys like to see my Holiday Dice Masters team? Well, hear what is on it.
I would love to hear about it.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you, Kim?
Tell us about it.
All right. For the H in Holiday is Hush, Dr. Thomas Elliott.
Okay.
It's the one, while Hush is active, if a Dice Master's character die is in the field zone, KO Hush and add a die from your bag to the prep area.
Okay.
Next, on to the A.
Oh.
Oh, whatever.
He's not doing it in alphabetical order.
I
That's
guess
okay.
he's not doing it by holidays. Okay,
Well,
A.
Okay, I guess we'll do it holiday. Holiday. So for the O in Holiday is Orc Boy.
Nice.
Jocelyn's favorite. One of Jocelyn's
No.
favorite.
I like Orc Knob.
Oh, okay.
When
Not one
what-
of Jocelyn's favorite.
Which Orc Boy did you go with?
the one when Orc Boy is KO'd by a higher level character die, return Orc Boy to the field zone and spin him up one level.
Nice.
Yep.
I like it.
Okay. The next letter is
L.
L. So the L in this holiday's team is Logan Grimhire.
Logan Grimnar.
Logan. Oh, that one. Okay.
Grimnar, okay.
Yep.
And it's
I'm
the
with
one
ya.
that and it's the one that has Overcrush.
Nice. He's a 7 cost, isn't he?
No, it was 6 cost.
Oh,
That's the,
Top
yeah. He has 2 Overcrush, but one of them has text with it, so I
gotcha.
think it's the one with just a 6 cost.
Okay. And what's your I there, Samuel?
It is the brain with legs.
The intellect devourer?
Yes.
The brain with legs.
I knew what he meant.
I didn't get that till after the fact. Okay, yeah. You
The
gonna be doing some
deadly-
spin downs?
The Deadly Puppet Master. Well, Intellect Devourer is active when an opponent spends a question mark. Deal 1 damage to that opponent. Global. Once during your turn, you may spin one of your NPC dice to an energy face. Move to your reserve pool.
Nice.
So is that card, are you mostly using that for the global, or are you actually going to be purchasing him?
I don't know. I didn't choose him to go on the team.
Okay. That'll be my next question once you go through this. Which ones you chose? So
Which
what are we on
ones
now?
I chose?
H-O-L-I.
D.
D. It's Doppelganger.
But which
Mhm.
doppelganger?
The one that copies one that's on your team.
Is that from the Tomb of Annihilation set?
I don't know.
Is it
But-
gray and purple?
Yes.
It's from the Tomb of Annihilation set.
Okay. When fielded, you may select target character die you control. If you do, doppelganger characters become copies of that target die. So, yeah, that's him.
Cool. What's your A?
A is Ace the Bat Hound. This is why I put Hush in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If your opponent has any villain character dice active, Ace the Bat Hound gets +2 attack. Now he's not there to attack. I don't know. My dad chose that one.
Okay.
And the next letter is Y, right?
It is.
It is right.
It's Yawning Portal.
Okay. Discounted one.
Yeah, it's the 2 bolt.
Read it for us there if you've got it handy there, Samuel.
Your character dice are free to field this turn when you field a non-NPC character die. Prep a die from your bag.
Cool. And what's your S?
Supergirl, Angry Alien. And the only text on this card is Overcrush.
Okay. So we know what Samuel's going to be doing to us on Saturday.
Yep.
Sounds like some overcrushing.
Yeah.
And which ones did you choose?
The basic actions are Resurrection
Mm-hmm.
and Misdirection.
Ooh, Misdirection, one of my favorites. I like that one.
And that's the team.
Cool.
Well, that sounds like a fun team, Samuel. I'm glad you put it together. So which cards did you pick?
I know I definitely picked Supergirl, Angry Alien. I think
Yep.
I picked Ace the Bat Hound. Doppelganger.
Mm-hmm.
My dad definitely picked Hush.
And you said your dad picked Intellect Devourer.
Yeah. He also picked Logan Grimnar. He picked Yawning Portal. I bet he spent at least an hour looking for a card that had the letter Y on it.
There are not a lot of Y cards. We do have to agree with that.
Yep.
Even if they start with the, you still can't find a lot of
Yeah.
Ys. So I don't think we'll see a lot of variety in the Y category.
Nope.
Well, that looks like a really cool team, Samuel, and I hope that you're going to enjoy playing it on Saturday.
I'm pretty sure I will.
Do you have anything else for us, Sam?
Nope. Those were all the questions.
Well, we really want to thank you for joining us today, Samuel, because it was a great time to have you, and it's always fun to have you at Dice Social, and we're looking forward to having you there again soon.
Yep.
Well, thanks again to Samuel for joining us, and thanks again to his parents for letting him come on the podcast. We really enjoyed having him.
And do we have anything in our mailbox? No mailbox. Anything in our mailbag today?
Mailbag,
mailbox, same thing.
email box, whatever. Yes, we do, actually, Kim. We got some things. So we actually have a fair number of things to chat about today. We got 2 emails from Andy May. 2. Can you believe that?
2.
For
Wow,
the
back to
same
back.
episode, back to back. You know what? It feels to me like he was emailing us the same way that I reply to like the Ministry of Dice MOD Extra YouTube. They have their other thing they do on the week they don't do the Ministry of Dice now, where they talk about something and I don't want to forget, so I type in a comment, and then later when I finish listening to the episode, I type in another comment. That's kind of what it felt like. So it was good. We take it. We'll take as many emails as you want, as long as
Yep.
they aren't one letter at a time. So Andy's email is titled Gladiator and the Shi'ar Empire. I hope I'm saying that right. So I think Andy's email here is in response to our conversation about the Dark Phoenix saga, which we talked about on our last episode. If you haven't heard it yet, I would say go back and listen to it. We talked about Dark Phoenix saga, which was supposed to release on December 2nd, and it did not. And now we are waiting for a date.
Yes, we do not know a date. Yep.
I did hear a rumor tonight, and I have not had
what's the
time to
rumor?
validate this.
Okay.
But I was over at the Ministry of Dice live stream before we started recording, Kim. I was just catching up on what Chris and Andy were playing tonight. Spoiler alert, there was a rare Spider-Man involved. And they mentioned something about March. Chris had heard something about March, but he couldn't find the reference. So I have not had time to validate that. But he said it was on Dice Masters Unlimited somewhere, so I don't know. We'll see. It's coming. But we were talking about the cards, and we were talking about the affiliation on one of the cards that you referenced, Kim, and we weren't sure what it was. I said it looked like a gladiator helmet.
Right.
So Andy says the affiliation on the Gladiator and the Lilandra is the Shi'ar affiliation. Gladiator was the head of the Imperial Guard, sworn to protect the Magistrix, who is Lilandria. Gladiator did appear in the ASM set after appearing in the AOU set as a unique die super rare zombie. He said Deathbird is Lilandra's sister. Moira is a mutant research scientist that worked extensively with Professor Xavier and lived at the X Mansion for quite a while. Also, the X Mansion in the first set of movies was Toronto's Casa Loma. They also did some shooting there. This is just in a Jocelyn aside at Parkwood Estates, which is in Oshawa, which is my hometown. Back to Andy's email. Corsair is a space pirate and Cyclops is father. There's a deep dive that you don't need. I think I covered all of your questions. I love the X-Men. I've read thousands of X-Men comics. Just let me know if you have other questions. Keep up the good work. So that was Andy's first email. And then his second email was about the superhero names. He says 2 emails for 1 episode. And I said, I do want to clarify something. I did not want to insinuate that becoming the Boomerang would indicate that Jocelyn should be a supervillain. Only that the name Boomerang was taken by a comic character. You, Jocelyn, are definitely not a supervillain. So I appreciate that, Andy. I didn't think you were insinuating that, but it was just kind of a fun conversation. But I'm glad that you sent us an email to clarify your intent. He said that. Then he says, although on the flip side, perhaps a foil for Super K would add drama and tension to the podcast.
And then I asked Jocelyn, what does he mean by foil?
A foil is like an enemy, right? It's like the antagonist.
It's like the good and bad, the good cop, bad cop, the
yeah. So the antagonist to your protagonist. Let's all go read Shakespeare now. He said, "Stay super." So thank you, Andy, for that email. We also got a message from Chris from Ministry of Dice. Who also let us know that affiliation that we were looking for was the Shi'ar Empire. And where is it? Here we go. Okay. So he sent a YouTube link, which I will add to the show notes. That says Intro to the Shi'ar Empire. He says the info on the new affiliation symbol. And then Andy, who was also in this chat, said it looks like a pineapple chunk.
Yeah, and now when I look at it, I think of pineapples.
And I just think of Anana, the terrifying pineapple from Telefrancais.
Telefrancais.
If you're from Ontario, you understand what we're saying. If not, we're very sorry. So I'll link that in the show notes because Chris actually did a really in-depth YouTube video on the Shi'ar Empire. He's also fairly versed in X-Men and put some spoilers in that preview video. And I did actually watch that quite a while ago. I had just forgotten. So thanks, Chris, for sending that off to us. We really appreciate it. And apparently everybody but us knows what the Shi'ar Empire is. Because we also heard from everyone's favorite superhero, Donnie, sorry. Everyone's fave hero, Donnie, who said in our YouTube video that the affiliation was the Shi'ar Empire. So clearly, you and I are not in the know, Kim.
We're learning. We get it. We're getting taught.
We are. Thank you so much for telling us because we were very curious. But I am going to call it the NNA affiliation now. which is
Pineapple.
French for pineapples. Okay, and then we got one last email to talk about, and this one came from our friend Stuart. Hi, Stu.
Hi.
Stu's over in the UK, and he says, "Hi to the glorious ladies of Dice Masters." And then I stopped reading because, what else can you say?
Email done. Bye, guys.
No, just kidding. No, so he says, "Hi to the glorious ladies of Dice Masters. Been meaning to write in for a while now, but despite COVID, there doesn't seem to be enough hours in the day." That's really true. I go nowhere, and I still don't have any time. I don't quite understand how that works. But I completely understand what Stu's saying. He says, "Really enjoying the podcast and had a fantastic time at my first Dice Social with the Crazy 8 format." So we were happy to have you, Stu, and we're glad that you came out to participate and that you liked it. So Stu says, "I wanted to say that I agree with you, Jocelyn, with regards to new set spoilers. I think they should be more teasers than spoilers. Just show a couple of cards with new and interesting abilities and then leave the rest for release day. It would certainly encourage more viewers to the pack opening videos put out by the content creators. Although that being said, this side of the Atlantic is usually so far behind North America/Canada that most of the cards will be spoiled anyway. Keep up the great work you do for the community." From Stuart. So thanks, Stu. We're really appreciative of your email. I'm all about the teasers, man. Show me some cool stuff, and then let me figure out the rest for myself.
Yeah, that's why I don't really look at spoilers too much.
Yeah. So, but it's hard not to look when they're there.
Yeah, just don't look.
I look.
Close your eyes and scroll.
Close your eyes. Close your eyes and think of England. Is that what they say?
I have no idea.
On another note, did we have anything else for today, Kim?
I think we're good.
I think we're good. Okay. So I'm just checking here, and this will be the last episode that comes out before the Christmas holiday. So we want to wish everyone who celebrates Christmas or Hanukkah or any of the celebrations that happen in December, wish you guys all a very happy holiday season. And you can find us, and we'd love to hear from you. If you want to message us, you can find us on dm-north.com. You can send us an email at tripledpodcast@dm-north.com. You can find us on all the socials, including Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch at DM North TV, and on Facebook at DM North.
This has been another episode of A Double in Dice. Have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Dice Social. Until next time on A Double in Dice.